trending on breakfast television this morning. Number one on our list now this hour is cyberbullying, and every parent wants to know about this, it seems.
It sparked quite the conversation. Kevin, I think you hit the nail on the head when you were talking about Xbox and the different games that kids are on nowadays. There's quite a bit of language, bad language, and bullying that happens on there.
Yeah, that's right. In the video games, parents would be very surprised, and this is the one thing parents need to do, is they need to tell their kids to turn the Bluetooth off and listen themselves, and they need to sort of say, yeah, I need to see some of your Twitter, some of your tweets. I need to see some of your Instagrams, and especially your Snapchats.
Can I just say, I had someone just write me. Can I talk about that?
Sure.
And they said, could you please focus on positive things rather than negative things like bullying? As somebody who's been bullied on this couch, I have, Kev.
Yeah.
All of us, yeah.
As someone who's been there, who's been terrified to go to school, it is a reality, and we need to talk about this stuff.
We need
it
to
is
talk
so
about,
important.
I know what they're talking about. They're saying, listen, we need to, and I think they're saying we need to address the bullies. We need to talk about positive relationships.
And with the parents.
Because quite often when you have a bully, you find out they've had a negative kind of communication with parents and other people, but at the same time, we need to deal with it head on. What are people saying?
Yeah.
And people are saying that Danielle wrote us saying, you know, my kids are about to have Facebook, and she's quite worried about what happens when that when they sign up for that. Linda was saying cyberbullying also happens to adults. She's been going through quite a bit of bullying for the past 3 months on Twitter, and Twitter won't do a thing about it because it's a public space.
But you can block them, use that button. Yes,
Yeah,
it's a beautiful thing.
And one of the things that I actually spoke about on Cityline not too long ago was about the different monitoring apps. There are apps out there where you can load onto your kids' phones and social media, so you can, it'll almost raise red flags when it sees things that might not be that safe for parents to be aware of.
And I know a lot of parents want to give their kids some space. You know what? Right now, you need to get involved. The first thing you need to do is learn. If you don't know anything about Facebook, you don't know about Twitter, you don't know about Snapchat, learn about it, find out about it, ask your kids some questions. And then, as we had heard earlier from the officer, there are certain signs of how you know something's just not right. Your kids start acting differently.
Yeah. What happens if you find something? That's part two.
Yeah,
right?
And there's always, you know, the school is a great resource. There are experts there who deal with bullying all the time. So if you don't know what to do, go to your school and say, what do I do? How do I approach this?
Off camera, I asked the constable, because I'm like, we need a part two. And she said, go to your teacher. If they don't know what to do, go to the principal. If they don't know what to do, go to the superintendent. And then something will be done.
Yeah, TK was saying one thing that was really interesting was, you know, the second they put their phone and devices away, you know there's something wrong.
Yeah. All right, Gardiner transformation. We're talking about new parks under the Gardiner. It's a great idea. It's not going to cost us a whole heck of a lot except for maintenance.
Yeah. So there's two sides to this. A lot of people love it. First of all, people think it's a great idea, kind of like the Chelsea High Line, how they've kind of taken something that's old but kind of turned it into something urban and really new, really exciting. But also, Granny Mills was saying, yes, of course, complete with a Zen garden, those tiny Wile E. Coyote umbrellas to catch concrete. The falling concrete is what people are worried about.
Yeah, and you hopefully that will be part of the transformation, is that will be maintained a little bit better. It is something that's definitely needed. We made a mistake years ago when we allowed so many condos to block our view and our access to the lake. It is difficult to get to the lake now. It is difficult without having to go through a building, going between buildings. It's difficult to get to the lake. Let's at least take back at least what's under the Gardiner.
Yeah. And then, of course, Toyota Corolla. A lot of people excited about that giveaway. The biggest thing is people are excited that it's going to someone who's deserving and helping out the community.
Exactly.
So nominate those folks at breakfasttelevision.ca.
It is better to give than to receive, and the deadline for submissions for somebody who you think should get a Toyota Corolla is Monday. And
by the way, if you go today, there's a chance you could receive as well a gift, a Visa Cash. A gift of Visa Cash could be coming your way. So breakfasttelevision.ca.
And it's daily prizing under that.
Okay, and coming up, we have Entertainment City update with TK.
Is a Top Gun reboot in the mix? Kev's very excited about